And we have Kayla's room and her crib. And here's the wonderful rocking chair that we got from Jim and Linda, and her stroller. And our Christmas tree, we have all the Snowdens and the Santa Bear. So all in all, we're all ready. Now we just need Kayla.
How do you define home? Is it the place you live? Is it the people you surround yourself with? Or is it you? For me, home was never something I felt the need to define. I grew up in the same house my entire life, and it wasn't until moving into my first apartment that I began reevaluating my definition of home. Being around others from so many different backgrounds has made me realize that home is different for everyone.
How far away did I move from college to home? I think 875 miles to be exact, because I flew today and it said it. So halfway across the country, technically.
Okay. I moved halfway across the country, I guess.
I'm not too far from where my hometown is. I'm from Plainfield, Illinois. So, if you want to measure it based on, Chicago traffic, that's like a good 2 hours, but on average, like a minute 15.
I moved from New York, so I moved about 800 miles away.
Are home and family connected in any way for you?
I build my own family, and to me that is home.
Family is my home, but more of a chosen family. And so in that way, they're connected.
I guess growing into my independence more, family is also something that lives in my heart as well as home. So I guess they're connected, but I don't need to be near my family to be at home, if that makes sense. I think we grow up and we choose our own family, and that's okay and healthy.
Family and home, they both interconnect with one another. So I feel like as long as I have that sense of family, I'm still going to find a home in wherever aspect, in whatever environment that I'm in.
What does home mean to you?
To me, home is more like a sense of comfort and a space where I can actually be productive, but not burnt out.
Right now, home is kind of this place that exists in my head. It's like my own inner world that I can retreat to when things get so hectic and overwhelming. I feel most at home when I listen to myself, and sometimes that's in solitude.
When I think of home, I think of just a warm and just welcoming space where you can just be yourself and not have to worry about anything, and just, again, just be you and just unwinding.
I've moved all over my whole life. I moved from Chicago to DC to New York to California. So home, I've always found my home in people. My dad calls it divorced kid syndrome, where home is where my stuff is, and I'm pretty good at acclimating to wherever new place I am. But I've always found my true home, my safety, my comfort in my friends around me.
Has your definition of home changed?
I think I used to think home was codependency in relationships. Home is the people you choose to surround yourself with, which is true, but I think I was too attached to that belief, because then when relationships I really cared for fell apart, it felt like I was left without a home.
I think my definition of home has always been the people who've supported me and comforted me and been there for me. I think in college, the only way it's changed is that it's grown stronger.
I like to think of, where I'm at right now is my home away from home. So whether if I am homesick, it's just a car ride away, don't have to worry about buying a plane ticket or anything.
How do you see your idea of home changing in the future?
My idea of home changing in the future, well, definitely move out of a dorm. I guess more of a permanent space that I can actually drill into and develop into the walls around me rather than attach things to them. You know what I mean? More permanent structures around me.
what will be different is that I will be creating that home for myself and for the upcoming generation behind me. Whereas now I was the creation of that home and that family, whereas now I am the trailblazer to create. So I'm kind of like this domino effect of creating this family and creating this home for myself.
I like to think that one day I'll have a house and it'll have all my stuff in it and I'll call it home, but I don't know if that's true. I kind of feel like I'll always be the kind of person who's moving around. So in the future, I hope to find maybe a couple people or a person to stay with to be my home forever, but I imagine that it'll just grow stronger with new groups of people for as long as I live.
Here's little Miss Kayla sitting in a rocking chair in her Oshkosh B'gosh.
Home is what we make it and need it to be for us. And that idea will change and grow as we change and grow, and I think sometimes we forget that. I want you to think about your idea of home, whatever that may be, and appreciate what makes you feel that sense of warmth and comfort.
Bumper cloud for Cliff. Bumper cloud for Cliff.